Now today's video is a very, very important one. In fact, it may be one of the most important aspects of KRATOM that every single person out there considering KRATOM use should know. Is KRATOM addictive? Let's get into it. Now I'm just going to skip right to the end because the answer is yes. KRATOM is addictive. And I could say, well, coffee is addictive, caffeine is addictive, potato chips are addictive, saturated fats, sugars are addictive, exercise, it's addictive. Yes, all of these things are addictive, but as a partial opioid agonist, sitting on those opioid receptors, loosely, not tightly binding like a full agonist, but anything that tickles on or plays on the opioid receptors can be addictive. But yeah, the problem is, there's so many things in the world that are addictive. There's so many aspects of our body that take in addiction and can become addicted. So just like anything else that plays on the opioid receptors in the body, KRATOM has the potential to become problematic. Just like I'm not an alcoholic. Alcohol is not my DOC. THC, not my DOC. Some other aspects of addiction, not mine. But opioids and the opioid receptors, that's my sweet spot. That warm blanket that comes over you, that is what gets me every time. So if we break down aspects of addiction, there's obviously the dependency aspect of it, the physical dependency. That could happen to a lot of things, but yes, your body will become dependent on KRATOM if you continue prolonged use, especially if you continue to ramp up your use. But mentally and emotionally, that's the bigger issue. So many of us use certain things for certain reasons, to get to a certain outcome, a certain feeling, a certain comfort, to achieve a certain objective. So that's clearly the deeper part of all of this. The deeper part of addiction is why we use what we use and what we're trying to get out of it. That's the part that we have to spend the most time just figuring out inside ourselves, internally. Why am I using this? What do I want to get out of it? Do I want to numb my mind, numb my body, numb my pains, emotionally or physically? Why do we do that? Now that's what we have to get to. Now if you don't know by now, I am an eternal KRATOM advocate. I will be advocating and fighting for the free use of KRATOM for the rest of my life. I am an eternal believer that KRATOM saves lives. KRATOM has saved my life. KRATOM has saved hundreds of clients' lives that I have worked with now at this point. But all of us will openly admit that KRATOM can be an addiction if you misuse it. Now that is the key point. Anything can become an addiction when we misuse it. When we disrespect the proper use of something, it can become addictive. So if you're constantly chasing after that feeling and consistently blasting your receptors with KRATOM, they're going to become dependent, they're going to become overloaded, you're going to need more, and you will become addicted whether you want to or not. There are many people who can just take it occasionally, once a week, once a month. I have a friend who can take it once or twice a month and never touch it again. He doesn't care, but he likes that every once in a while feeling. I'd say probably twice a month is the most I know he's ever taken it. And I believe him fully. But for him, he likes alcohol. He'll go to the bars and have a few drinks as often as possible. Whereas I don't need the bars. I don't want to go to bars. I don't need alcohol. I don't like alcohol. I don't like being around drunk people. I want nothing to do with it. But I love KRATOM. Now, a major problem comes in when so many people on YouTube especially, these influencers are saying, no, KRATOM's not addictive. KRATOM's just like taking your morning coffee. Yeah, that's not true. KRATOM is tightly associated to caffeine, but it's not the same as coffee. But caffeine sits on receptors, just like KRATOM sits on receptors. But those are different receptors. Now, in my 11 years of using KRATOM daily, I can tell you that there are far more benefits to KRATOM use than downs, negatives. But you have to be the one in control. Now, here's where I'm going to give the major caveat, the other side of things. Is KRATOM addictive? Well, no. Nothing is addictive. We are addicts. Does that make sense? To continue to blame something else for our addictions is weakness. I hate to tell you that, but it's our mental weakness. We continue to blame the KRATOM and saying, oh, damn you, KRATOM, you got me hooked. Just like the firearm at my side is going to shoot without me pulling the trigger. I'm going to blame that. No, I pulled the trigger. I use the KRATOM. We have to be the ones taking responsibility for our choices and actions. We're the ones that choose to take it. Let's say 95% of the time, we are the ones making the decision to take KRATOM. So then ultimately, the main idea of all of this is that I do want you to know, as a potential KRATOM user, yes, this can become addictive. And while I'm at it, I do want to mention a side note that as the product called 7-OH, which is a very small alkaloid found in the KRATOM plant, 7-hydroxymetragenine is very addictive. It is extremely more addictive than regular KRATOM. And 7-OH is not KRATOM. It's not this. It's not this powder here. It's this tiny little alkaloid that's found in minuscule amounts in the KRATOM plant, then synthetically blown up to hell to become what it is. Now, the problem is it works for pain management very well, but it is also extremely addictive. So I'll mention that right now, and stay tuned for the full-length 7-OH video. It's taking a little time to complete that video because we have to be very careful with the words used in the video, not to get the full video taken down, but obviously it'll already be demonetized as everything else is. And I do want to mention to you guys now that this video is sponsored, like our other KRATOM videos, by my favorite KRATOM company and brand on the planet. You guys know me. Kingdom KRATOM is my go-to and has been for over 9 years. And whether it's your powder, your capsules, your extracts, your edibles, you're getting the best, highest quality product. And now with our discount code COACH, you're getting it at killer rates and getting 30% off your entire order at checkout. So you're getting the best quality KRATOM products out there at the cheapest prices. Remember, they got an awesome kilo deal. This gives you a chance to stock up on whatever your go-to is, or try out a bunch of different strains. You can select from all the different strains, build a kilo, and it's $99 shipped to your door. Then again, with discount code COACH, you're getting 30% off. So a killer kilo of any strains of KRATOM for $70, like, it's a no-brainer. And guys, I do want your feedback. We want to hear what you think after your first experience, after your ongoing experience with Kingdom KRATOM. That's the idea that we want. We want to make sure that Healing Together in our community here is happy. We're trying to bring you guys the best products out there. You guys know, after I've entertained so many different companies sending me all these different KRATOM products, I chose to be associated with Kingdom KRATOM for many reasons. And I couldn't be happier with that decision. And I know that you guys will be just as happy after you've tried the products as well. So friends, thanks for watching another video. I'm Coach HardgainZ. This is Healing Together. We are a community of support. We are here to support each other, to be productive in our nature, not degrading, not destructive, not toxic. Keep all your negative crap out of here, okay? We're here to build people up and to get through this life as we heal together. So stay tuned for the next video, and I hope to see you there.